Hello, English 111 students. Welcome to English 111 Fast Track 8-week course for spring 2026 semester. My name is Dr. Paul Mills. I'll be your instructor. Before I start, I do want to say that while you're looking at my screen, your section number may not be the same, but I'm teaching several sections of the same class, so I'm making this video once for everyone. So it all should look the same, except for the fact that this may not be your section number here, but that should be okay. All right. So this is the landing page. This is where whenever you sign on to our class, you'll land on this announcements page that's right here at the top. And the announcement that I sent this morning, you'll see that right there. It says that you have to take that enrollment verification first before you can do anything else. That's very important, and it needs to be done before Thursday, January 15th. I would say that you should not wait until the last minute to do that because you'll then be behind with all the rest of the work that's due on this first week. This is an 8-week fast track accelerated course, meaning you're doing a lot of work. And instead of meeting 4 days a week, we're doing it online. So there'll be a lot of times you'll feel like you're all by yourself. That's why I want to make you feel as supported as possible. Reach out to me whenever you need me, okay? So take this enrollment verification quiz, please. And then after that, you'll watch this video you're watching now and read the course information tab. So you'll look for the course information tab. That's going to be over on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll find this welcome lecture you're reading. It'll be in the week 1 folder. I'm posting that video today. It says before 2 p.m., but I think I'll meet that. Yeah. So then week 1 overview. Once you've completed those steps, I want you to begin to start working on week 1. You'll find that in the module section. Our course modules are organized by week. So that means that week 1 is called week 1. Week 2 is week 2. Each one of those modules runs for a full week, except for the final module, which ends on the Friday instead of the Monday. Week 1 must be completed by Sunday, January 18th at 2026 at 11:59 p.m. However, there are discussion board posts, your original posts that you have to post first, that are due before Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m., and then those replies will be due on the Sunday. If you're looking at week 1, it says that what we're working on this week is an introduction to the course, and then we're going to start looking at the narrative essay, which is a major assignment. You're going to write for me a what's called an imagined immersion travel narrative. When we get to Module B, you'll see some examples of imagined immersion travel narratives. But they're basically stories that you write, creative writing stories. They don't have to be real, that involve you traveling to another country that you've always wanted to travel and facing some kind of adversity when you get there. In other words, what makes the best stories? The best stories are made when someone is telling you a story and then that character, the main character of the story, comes up against some kind of main conflict, and we want to know if you got over it. So you'll look for some type of conflict that you may have had while you were in that imagined trip to that imagined country you've always wanted to go to. It has to be a foreign country. It has to be a country that's outside the United States. It could be Canada or Central America or South America. Can't be a state, and I will accept the Caribbean trips to the Caribbean as long as it's not like the American Virgin Islands. I take that back. I'll accept American Virgin Islands as well. So that's what you're going to write about for this first essay in the B module. So this A module is just basically getting used to college writing and all the things that you'll need to do when you start to work on that imagined immersion travel narrative essay. So for module 1, you're going to do what's called the introductory quiz. It's labeled A1. These are all in the A module. Week 1 completely takes up the A module. We'll be done with the A module at the end of week 1. So you'll have to do this quiz, this introductory quiz, and mark reviewed. And I'm sorry, you do the introductory quiz. Sorry, mark reviewed is incorrect. A2 is the introductory discussion board. This is the one that I told you that you had to post before Wednesday night, and then you reply to 2 other students before Sunday night. When you go to, we'll look at that in a second, but when you go to post that first thread, you have to create a thread and then answer the questions or do the things that the instructions tell you to. And then you'll come back before Sunday and pick 2 people to reply to and answer, talk to them a little bit. There are rules to follow. So that quiz, the introductory discussion board, then we're going to start the Connect orientation. Now, Connect assignments are our assignments for this course that are actually done through courseware, which is called McGraw-Hill Connect. McGraw-Hill is the name of your textbook. And so these connect assignments actually involve a link that takes you directly to the assignment. You don't have to log out of Blackboard and go to another site. You just go directly through our links. I'll show you in a second. So the connect assignments work that way. That A3 Connect orientation is very short. I think there's only a couple of questions. It just gives you, I think you have to watch a couple of videos and then gives you an idea about how Connect works. Then A4 is writing an inquiry. It's an e-text reading and a Connect assignment, and that's abbreviated with the ETC. You'll see there. So later during weeks that come, if it says ETC beside the assignment, you know that it's a reading and a Connect assignment. And that one just basically gets you into the mode of reading your text and making connections while you're reading them. I will say that I have reduced the number of concepts for all the Connect activities in my classes so that you're not doing 39 concepts or 72 concepts, which take 40 hours. Each one of them should be reduced to around 15 to 17, meaning they should take you about 30 to 45 minutes each. After that A4 assignment, you'll be working on the A5 writing reflection and semester goals. This is a Blackboard assignment upload. That means that you have to actually open Word, write a document, save it, and then submit the document you're writing. I want you to make sure that you know that you have a free Microsoft Word account. That's through your applications link. If you go to the JCC student portal, you click that link along with Blackboard and many of the other self-service, many of the other applications you have there. You'll see BibliU should be there as well as the, well, what was I just talking about? About the, just went away from me that quickly. Don't remember exactly what I was saying there. You're going to see that do that sometimes this semester. I apologize. The applications. Oh, yeah, Microsoft Word. So once you go to the applications link in your JCC student portal, you'll see that one of them is online Word or online Microsoft Office 365 or something like that. It has a Word application inside there that you can use. I'd like for you to use that for all of your large writing assignments, the narrative essay. I'll send out more on this so that I can check on your progress and you'll share that document with me from the beginning of the writing of the essay. Then A6 is beginning on the grammar, punctuation, and style activities. These are Connect assignments. They are mandatory required assignments that ensure that you all know all of the conventions of English, writing the English language that you should have learned in high school. So if you did not learn those in high school, this is your attempt or your opportunity to be able to brush up on those or to perfect them. So you can take them as many times as you want. You can do them as many times as you want. You do have to do completion. So if it says you completed it, you're good. You get 100 for that score. But you do have to do completion, not accuracy is what counts. The grade is if you completed it, you get 100. It doesn't mean you get a 20 if you were only 20% accurate. All right. Those GPS activities is what we call them, are graduated due dates, meaning the grammar assignment is due after 2 weeks, I think. The punctuation is due after the 4th week, and the style activity is due after the 6th week, I do believe, maybe 7th week. Get to work on those now because they will creep up on you. You don't want to be doing that all at the last minute, I promise to you. Let's see, I'll be sending out dates and times for a required initial student meeting that I will host early in the term. I'm going to send out a document that says, hey, we're going to meet online, and I will host it on Zoom. It'll just be a short meeting where I go over a few things that I want to talk to you about. You will have to attend that meeting. There may be people outside of your class in that meeting. In other words, I'm teaching several online classes, and they all kind of need to, they can be many students in that same meeting at the same time. So it's okay. It won't last that long. I'll be taking attendance. I'll have 3 of those meetings, 2 or 3. I'll send out the dates and times. If you can't make those because of some reason, you'll let me know ahead of time and then schedule a time to meet with me virtually or in person. Okay. So that's the announcements link. When I told you that the modules is where you'll find the work for each week, if you go to the modules, you'll see that here's the getting started link. You open this one, it says to complete the enrollment verification quiz before the census date, and then check out the course information tab on the left-hand side over here for information. Here is your enrollment verification quiz that you have to take before you begin the course. You can't see week 1 or any of the others until you do that enrollment verification quiz. So modules is here. That's where that's located. The course information link I just referred to You'll see here's my information. All right. Below that is the syllabus and general policies. This is the syllabus for our course. If you look at the syllabus, you'll be able to read it on your own time, but it is a Word document that goes over all of the stuff for our class, the meeting times. We don't meet, we are an online class. The welcome statement, the course format explanation, the prerequisite and corecs, required materials, the course description, and so on. You'll see that there's also information about how this class is a Global Scholars of Distinction credit class. Read up on that. If you got any more information, you can ask Dr. Lisa Cooper about that. Then there's the student learning outcomes. These are the things that you will be able to do upon completion of the course. Here's the way your grade is broken down. The major writing assignments are worth this percentage. General assignments are 20, and then the GPS I talked about earlier are 10%. We're on a 10-point scale. The course structures here. I'll talk about my grading and feedback. Here's some more important notes. The pacing, my late work policy. I do not accept late work. I'm sorry. The smaller assignments that you have, those connect assignments and any other things that are not major writing assignments, you get 2 gimmes on those. That means if you missed it, you get a gimme. You get 2 of those per semester. You'll get 100 for it. All right. You can use 2 of those during the semester, but you can't use any those on any large or major writing assignments. If you're going to be late on a major writing assignment, you have to get prior permission from me before you're late. In other words, you can't just text me or write me an email at 11:59 that says I'm not going to make it. You have to write me ahead of time asking for permission for an extension and me responding to it before the due date saying you have the extension before you will be awarded the extension. Plagiarism is here. Make sure that you read over the information. Remember that we do not accept AI use of in English classrooms. You cannot substitute any type of artificial intelligence writing in place of your writing. So I know it might be tempting for you to do that, but I'll catch you. If I do think that there's some kind of academic integrity violation, I will ask you for a meeting before I grade the assignment, at which time you'll have to do these things. Your student responsibilities are somewhere here. Right here, student responsibilities. When you have been notified of a required meeting, you expect to do this. And I won't grade it until we've had that meeting. Best practices for learning, for your assignments, your workload, the technical skill you'll need, your involvement in the course. Here's the learning environment passage. Announcements on Moodle modules, are check those areas frequently for updates. The Jaguar Writing Portal is a free service to students at Johnston Community College, which allows them to get some kind of tutoring just by submitting to the portal. I'm using the Jaguar Tutoring Portal for major assignments. You'll see information coming up on that soon. The course communication information is here. Below that, the college attendance and administrative withdrawal statement. You are allowed to miss up to 15% of the course or you will be dropped. This is a quick, fast course, meaning that 15% comes just like that. Make sure that if you're going to miss any amount of time that you contact me to let me know so we can work around that. And you have to do an assignment for the week that you are being counted present for to be counted present. In other words, to be counted present for week 1, you must submit a week 1 assignment during week 1. You can't submit it during week 2 and be counted for present for week 1. I hope that makes sense. Below that is a course outline or schedule. You'll see that everything listed is here. Week 1, you'll be doing these things that are listed here, A1 through A6. Week 2 then starts module B, carries through B6. Week 3 picks up at B7 down to B11. Week 4, we start C module. Week 5, we continue the C module. Week 6, we start the D module. Week 7, we finish the D module. And then week 8 is a very short E module with just 1 assignment that you'll do on that last 5 days of class. So let's go back to the course right here. Make sure you're still seeing the same thing I'm looking at. Yes, you are. You'll see that the course information is over here. Here's the link to the GPS activities that you can go to. There's also a link in the modules area as well. The grammar section has these activities. The punctuation section has these activities, and the style section has these activities. Over here on the left-hand side is a link to the e-text and course sources, though you won't need that because our link for Connect is directly through each assignment. Let's look at that. So in week one, if you click week, you're looking at the week one after you do the enrollment verification quiz, you'll be able to see week one and the GPS activities. On the outside of this folder, you'll see a kind of description of all the assignments that are inside. And if you don't see that, make sure that this little arrow over here is pointing down so that you can see that expanded information for this folder. So in week one, you're working on these things, A1 through A6. If you open week one, there's a short introduction. Here's that introductory quiz, and then the discussion. So it says create a thread, write an introduction of your source, self to the class. So if you click this link, you're going to see inside of here that people have already done this. You'll create a thread and you'll do the same thing that's done here and then reply to students like these others are going to do as well. Good job. I'm glad you guys already started that. After that, you'll start your A3 Connect orientation. When you click this link, you'll see like a video here to watch, and then a link that carries you directly to the Connect orientation assignment. Yours is going to look a little different than this, but it will look something like this. Continue, you'll answer a few questions, and then that'll be the end of that assignment. That's the A3. It's very short, but I'm telling you those, you click the links, that takes you directly to the textbook. So let's say in week one, I can't remember if it's A4. Yes, A4 is a Connect assignment. You read these two chapters, watch the video, read this information here, and then the A4 assignment is here. You're going to see that. What you'll do is this A4 Connect assignment works just like this. I'm going to do a preview, a student preview, just to kind of show you what it looks like. So they tell you if you want to learn, so have you done the reading first? If you have, you can go ahead and start the questions. If you haven't done the reading, or if you did the reading very quickly, you might want to start the reading by doing this. If you start the questions first, sorry, I should have said this back. It tells you the time limit, how many concepts. Then you start answering the questions. If you're not sure about it, you click low, high, or medium. You rate your confidence. Then you see these bars up here? It's just how many concepts there are. There are 17. And what you have to do is you have to first be introduced to them, answer a question, and then master them. So you're going to get 2 questions on each one of these concepts. When you answer 1 question on each concept, half this bar will be colored. You answer the second question on that concept, the whole bar will be colored in. All right, that's how that works. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to the actual Connect people for help with that. I'm going to put an announcement in the announcements tab that will tell you information about troubleshooting for that. So the GPS activities are here again, like I said, under the modules. If you have any questions, please, I don't mind questions that don't bother me at all. That's why I'm here, is to make sure that you're successful. So please reach out to me and be looking out for announcements that are coming from me, sorry, in the future. All right. Thanks for meeting with me. I appreciate it. And I will see you all shortly.